Another hour, and Bill Duggan is joining me. You know what? We match also.
We didn't plan this, everybody.
We did not plan this. That's just the way it works out. We've been friends for so long. I guess we're just sort of like twinning. All right. This is... My producer even said this to me in my ear. She goes, these are going to sell out. So we're trying to figure out what to do at the end of the show. So
we'll do a little dance.
All right, I have 550 orders.
Oh.
You are getting a set of 3, first alert. They are 10 years, so 10 years, 10 years, and 10 years. This is for smoke alarms in your home to save the life of your family, and also carbon monoxide alarm. I know a lot of people don't have a carbon monoxide alarm. I will tell you that I have a gas stove. It's one of the things I read. You should always have a carbon monoxide. I recently added these. I have a first alert. They're usually about $40 each, so this is a great deal. We are doing free shipping and handling. It is $10 off. It's $89.99 for 3 of them and 5 flex pay. But I just wanted to start out by saying we have 550 available. That's all we have.
That's just it. When we get them in, they go. One of the biggest reasons is we have a lot of great stuff here at HSN,
yes,
but name one other item that the federal government and most cities mandate that we have in our homes, in our apartments, in our places of work. It's a fire detector. It's a smoke detector. And it's also carbon monoxide, that silent killer. So instead of going out and getting a smoke detector and then getting a carbon monoxide detector, this is a 2-in-1, individually boxed. You can break up the set, but more importantly, when you put these in your home, you're helping prevent the damage and the false alarms that are out there.
That's on the screen right now. The U.S. Fire Administration recommends smoke detectors on every floor of your home, every bedroom, and in the hallway outside of every sleeping area. I will say kitchens are really important. And let me say something else. If you live in a place like Florida, or I guess storms are everywhere in the country now, and some people have gas generators, that carbon monoxide is like the #1 way that people die like by misusing their generator. Please, if you don't buy this one, buy something that is carbon monoxide for your house, for your family.
Well, that's why governments, I mean, if you've ever flipped a property, moved into a new property, been inspected, they inspect your smoke detectors. And the funny thing is, how many of us have gone there and it's like, I just keep replacing the battery, keep replacing the battery.
Chirp, chirp.
We get the chirp, we get the annoying thing. The effectiveness of a smoke alarm is actually about 10 years on average. I moved into a place that was 20 years old and they still had the original smoke detectors. You need to replace the hardware. And most governments are now saying you need a 10-year battery because guess what? They don't want you to be that person who removes it because of a chirping 9-volt battery and not replace it. Because I'll give you that statistic too, which is alarming. But more importantly, what you're getting is from a company we all know, First Alert, 60 years, doing all the research and development. They've made it a slim profile. They've taken care of the nuisance of false alarms. They're giving us that 2-in-1 smoke and carbon monoxide with a large, loud alarm system. But it's not even just an alarm, it speaks to you. Because First Alert did the research. They realized, some people respond to the loud noise. Some people respond better to a voice.
Let me know if you're gonna...
I'm setting it off.
Okay, I need to take this out of my ear.
So
okay,
I just
tell me when
went into testing mode.
Yeah.
Nice and loud.
Yeah.
Piercing.
Warning. Evacuate. Smoke evacuate.
See? It says, one, it's a smoke alarm.
Yeah.
It'll tell you it's carbon monoxide. You can also pick different places, so it'll tell you the smoke is in the basement. So you don't go through the garage or you don't go through the kitchen because it'll tell you where that nuisance is.
Wow.
And remember, less false positives, because have you ever been there too where you're cooking or you get out of the shower like, oh, it's a smoke alarm, just ignore it.
It seems like,
You don't want to ignore it.
You don't want to ignore it. And every time I cook dinner, it seems to...
That's why Eddie cooks.
Maybe that's a warning to not eat my cooking. But yes, it doesn't, in every 6 months your battery starts getting, it's like chirp, chirp, and it's like, where's that chirping coming from? This lasts 10 years. And by the way, when this one chirps, throw it in the garbage and buy another one.
Right.
Because it only chirps every 10 years when it's done.
And actually says right on the back the date you installed it. So you install it today, and guess what? You won't have to replace this unit until 2033. I mean, that's peace of mind. And remember, it is that 2-in-1, which is great. You see how slim that profile is? It has a patented entry system, so less false positives. And when you do put this up on the wall, you're not going back up 6 months later because it's daylight savings time to change the battery or that annoying chirp or spending more money. Here's 10 years of 9-volt batteries. These add up. I mean, if you priced batteries recently or you put this up. And I'm gonna tell everyone what I did. I went and I got the 3-pack finally, because this was actually one of those purchases where I've been there. The chirping happens, I go to the hardware store and I'm like, I need a smoke detector. And then all of a sudden, they have a litany of them, names I've never heard of, First Alert you've heard of, and then you start to put it all together. Okay, I want a smoke detector, but then I want carbon monoxide. I like that it speaks to me. It starts to get more and more expensive. Our 3-pack, it's $30 per, and get them now while we have them, because when it's time to replace it, you'll have it there versus having to start and go shopping. I used 2 at my house, which was great. The second one, I put in my mom's house. She didn't even know I set it up, but I knew she wasn't gonna be getting up and down on the ladder to take down and replace the battery, and she would get the alarm, whether it was carbon monoxide. And real quick, carbon monoxide, they call it the silent killer. It is silent, it is odorless.
Yeah, you don't smell it.
No.
It's not, you don't even know it's there.
Right.
But this will go off. By the way, the first 100 already flew out the door. We had 550 to start. I think we have 450 now, Angela, is that what you just told me? How many? 430 now. So more than 100 have already sold. So we are anticipating that every single one of these will go, but it is very affordable. Today it's free shipping and handling. And I feel like this is one of those things that, you know, just check it off your list right now. Just buy it right now, check it off your list.
Correct.
And, you know, and then when you install it, you don't have to think about it again for a decade.
Right.
What other maintenance thing in your house? Do you empty the dishwasher every 10 years? I mean, no, you have to do it, you know, all the time.
2 times, yeah.
It's once a decade. You have to change this out.
And this is also where the value comes in handy. You see where they recommend to have them. Outside every room, outside every hallway, on every floor of your house. That really adds up. Not to mention, if you ask my mom, that's a lot of electronic clutter on her walls. She's very much into her interior design. She's like, I do not want to have 2 units on my bedroom wall or in my office wall. So she's like, just take it down. I'm like, no, we're not taking it down. Her other solution was, let's just paint over it. I'm like, no, you don't paint your smoke detector. And by the way, if you are sitting somewhere right now and you cannot see a smoke detector, you probably need to get another one. Or if you see it and it's tarnished and, you know, was white, now it's yellow, definitely time to upgrade. It's not the battery issue, it's the effectiveness of the entire unit.
Right.
So what you're getting today has a 10-year battery. Has a 10-year battery, but also it has, you know, more effective rate in terms of what it's gonna set off.
It's very modern and sleek, and it just, you know, most people have white ceilings. It'll blend right in.
Right in.
You do need one, even if you're like, well, my kids are grown up, but when the grandkids come over, where do they sleep? Do you want to have a smoke detector and carbon monoxide outside their bedrooms? Of course you do. So, you know, you have to think about that, and that's why we're giving you 3 of them.
You talk about grandma's house, so we kind of inherited grandma's house. Grandpa built it, we kept the house in the family. This same smoke detector has been sitting outside that living room with some little red tab, don't know what it's about, and my sister's been replacing the batteries.
All
and I'm
this
like,
time.
Win, that's not effective. So that's what happened. I bought them when we finally got them back in. I sent them out to my family in California. I got a set for me. Did I think I needed it right now? But the deal is right now, and that's what's gonna happen.
Right.
It might not be today, but maybe next weekend or right before you leave for vacation, you hear the chirp. You take the battery out of that smoke detector and you're gonna like, I'm gonna go buy another battery, I'm gonna go buy another battery, or you're ready. Do you know 3 out of 5 fatalities, that's more than half, are just because of a faulty smoke detector. That's it. So you have a good smoke detector in your apartment, in your studio, in your big house, you're more likely to get out. Another crazy statistic, it used to be to get out of a house when you heard the smoke alarm, you had about 16 minutes. Now it's about 4 because of all the synthetics and nothing's, you know, made of solid wood and everything anymore. So it's a little more flammable in our homes. You have more protection to get that notification.
How many minutes do you have to get out of the
It used to be
house?
16 minutes on average. Now it's about 4 to 6 minutes.
4
to
to
get
6
out.
minutes to get out.
To get your office stuff, to get the family, to get the fur babies. And remember, I'm gonna set this off again, because it's not just
All right, let me
that
take
loud
my earpiece
decibel
out.
alarm. It's gonna speak to me.
Yeah.
So it's going into testing mode, and we want it to be loud.
Oh,
Want to wake you up. And the thing is,
wake up.
it'll stop the conversation.
Evacuate. Smoke, evacuate.
Smoke. So I know it's a smoke. Where's the smoke? What, did I leave something on the stove?
Yeah.
I did not put a location in here, but they can tell you it's the basement, it's the laundry room, it's in the garage.
Evacuate. Carbon monoxide, evacuate.
Carbon monoxide. Something's like, there's nothing going on. I don't have fires or anything happening.
ppm.
It's that carbon monoxide, that silent killer. You could be, you know, sleep as
Let
could
me ask
be.
you a question. How does it know where the carbon monoxide is? Does each one of them talk to each other?
It's a
or
2-in-1, so it has a carbon monoxide detector inside and that smoke detector.
but it'll say.
Oh, where?
Oh, it'll say loud enough. So you'll say this one is the bedroom or whatever.
So if
you'll
this
set
one's
it,
down-
and so it'll say, hey, it's me. It's over here.
Right.
Oh, I see.
The
okay.
bedroom one will announce itself. Smoke in the bedroom.
And it'll announce it loud enough you can hear it through the whole house. So you hear it and you're
Right.
like, oh, it's the the bedroom. Everybody run this way, don't run that way.
Because you've also been there with the chirp where
You
you're
got
like,
4 minutes.
Where's the chirp?
Grab the
Where's
dog and the cat, we're going this way.
And that's just it. You want to have peace of mind, to protect yourself, to protect your home. And remember, what other device at HSN does the government tell us we need to have in our homes? That's why get them when it's a great value and a great deal. And I've been learning as, you know, you make upgrades to your home, they're like, oh, you know, you have to have that GFI plug by the kitchen, by the water in the sinks. Safety, right? Now, the smoke alarms, they don't want you to have one where you're replacing the batteries because they know we forget, the batteries die out. They're telling us a 10-year battery. It's already here. So you're good till 2033. I mean, how often do we say that statement out there? So get the value of the 3-pack. Have 3 for your home. Break up the set if you'd like, but no batteries, no replacing, less nuisance, and less hassle.
By the way, my producer just updated me 2 minutes before these are all gone. They're definitely going to sell out 100%. So we start out with 550. I know we have like maybe 100 or so. About 100 left. Okay, so customer pick 4.7 out of 5 stars. Everybody loves these. Again, they're sleek, they're modern, you're getting 3 of them. And I want you to think about how many you need for your house, how many bedrooms, you know, the kitchen and each bedroom. If you've got a bigger, huge house, then you can get 2 sets. Everything's on free shipping and handling today. This is on 5 flex pay and free shipping and handling, like everything else, part of our customer appreciation month. But I have not presented a first alert. I honestly cannot remember. It's probably, I know maybe we had these last fall.
It's funny, I had them over
I did not have a show with them. It's been years since I presented them.
They come in and they go. We had one right around Christmas time. People, it was a great Christmas present, not necessarily, but guess what? It's great to have that peace of mind.
Sold out.
They came and went. We had them once in January. We don't get a lot of them because yes, these are out in retail. It's that value. We want you to be protected. We want you to be able to get out and enjoy the house and protect it. I like that it's a simple, small footprint, which is great. And that hassle, that nuisance of less chirping, but also not having to worry about it for 10 full years, not having to keep going out and buying all these batteries, which we've been there, we've done them because, yes, we want to have those smoke alarms working.
But when it's time for it to be over, it makes a noise, right?
Yeah, you'll know.
So it chirps, and then when it does chirp, a decade from now, you know to take it, throw it in the garbage can, and get a new one.
Right.
You know, so you'll never have it in your house where it's not working.
Exactly.
You know, it won't be like, take the battery out because I don't want to hear the chirp, and I'll go get another battery.
Put it on the shopping
second you do that,
list.
you're unprotected.
Right. And that's just it, because we've all done it, we take it down, I'm gonna go buy a battery. Oh, I forgot about a battery. Because, you know, we're not going out and buying these all the time. It's one of the things like, oh, I forgot. And it sits there, and it sits there. You wanna have it working. You wanna have it protecting yourself, your kids, your fur babies, your documents, your jewels, your all that stuff. But more importantly, you're gonna enjoy the value too.
Sold out.
Oh,
Thank you so much for your calls. You know what? We got a plan.
Okay, good job.
Does not involve you because